Hey guys, Good evening. Welcome to Arizona Christian University, where the Arizona Christian Firestorm are hosting the Sonoran Sidewinders. My name is Devin Blankenship. To my left, Anissa Reynolds. Anissa, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Doing well. Excited for this matchup. I know you were lucky enough to be on the field last week for the Sonoran Sidewinders' tough loss over the Papago Pumas in the last minute. What do you expect to see out of Sonoran tonight?
Well, head coach Chad Munson was going on about how they were trying to decrease the amount of penalties they had. That was sort of their downfall in last week's game. But he just told his guys to basically stay consistent and stay as aggressive as they were last game. So excited to see what they come out and do tonight.
Yeah, penalties will kill you. Last week, Sonoran Sidewinders quarterback Braden Darling put on quite the show. This week, can we expect to see a lot more of him?
Oh, probably, definitely. Coach Munson also said a few of their other quarterbacks would be in the rotation as well. So keep an eye out for that. But Braden, pretty much one of the captains on the offense, very strong player out there.
Sonoran Sidewinders set to receive the opening kick. Torrey Gray back deep to receive. For Arizona Christian University, this is considered their developmental squad. And he said, do you know much about that? Can you speak on that?
Yeah, apparently their actual squad went up to Oregon to play against Southern Oregon. I think it was last night. So, these guys are just stepping in and getting some reps in, really.
Kicking off for the Firestorm, number 50, Jalen Dickerson.
Jalen Dickerson set to get us going tonight.
If they want to do anything down there, just radio up. Yes, sir.
Kicks back deep into the end zone. Bentley Corbin is going to bring it out of his own end zone. Makes a move towards the middle of the field. Cuts to the right. What a block there. Makes a move. Gets it all the way up to the 27, 28-yard line.
Yeah, just a great run by Bentley Corbin, up the middle, getting that block, and then ultimately getting tackled by Roman Garcia of the Firestorm.
Sidewinders will take over first and 10 from their own 29-yard line.
As you said before, we might see a couple different quarterbacks tonight, maybe up to 3. We'll see who starts it off for the Sidewinders. Here comes the Sidewinder offense.
And it looks like it is Braden Darling starting it off.
Darling is a very mobile quarterback, dual threat athlete. Bentley Corbin is the back to his left. Man in motion. They're going to give it to Corbin, running right, and he's stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Might have been a loss of 1.
Yeah, just couldn't really find anywhere to go, didn't have any blockers, and was sandwiched pretty quickly off the line of scrimmage.
Host of Firestorm defenders there. We'll do it again, 2nd and 10 for the Sidewinders. Two running backs in the backfield for the Sidewinders. Darling out of the gun. Here's the snap. He's going to keep it himself, makes a move up the middle, but once again, the Firestorm defensive line shows up big time for a stop at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, the Firestorm seem to be reading the Sidewinders offense pretty good right now so far in this game.
3rd and 10. Last week we saw the Sidewinders throw it all over the field. Can expect to see more of that right now. Someone to watch out for, wide receiver number 18, Dylan White, had a phenomenal performance last week.
Penalty mark on the field.
Multiple flags before the snap.
False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
It'll be a false start. We'll move it back to make it 3rd and 15.
Definitely not what the Sidewinders wanted to start this game, you know. Coach Monson had talked about those penalties. Definitely not acceptable on a first drive.
Especially penalties that you can stop jumping off sides.
Yeah.
Something that you can control pretty easily. 3rd and long for the Sidewinders. Trips to Darling's left. Bentley the back to his right. Here's the snap. He's going to drop back to throw. He's going to step up in the pocket. He's going to throw it long. He's got a man overthrown. Kieran Earnhardt had some separation, just couldn't make the connection.
Yeah, and I like that play call by Coach Munson. You know, Darling going deep to Earhart and just couldn't make the connection like you said. You know, just a little far out of reach.
For the Sidewinders.
Throwing the ball downfield, it sort of seems to be the Sidewinders' MO. Love to see it on the opening drive. I mean, hopefully we can get some electric plays later.
Yeah, definitely.
Sidewinders coming on to punt from their own 25. Short punt there. Hits down around midfield, but it gets a Sidewinders bounce. It's going to travel all the way down to the 31, and it'll take a break there.
Yeah. For the Sidewinders, definitely going to see a lot from their defense. Amari Wright really led the team defensively last week, you know. He can read an offense very well.
Yeah, Amari Wright, I mean, 6'4", 225 pounds out of Canyon View High School in Goodyear, Arizona. That is just a phenomenal frame. I mean, that's a big kid right there. Before the game, when we were talking to Coach Munson, actually, the players that he wanted to highlight were players from the defense. He's very proud of this defensive unit.
And as we saw last week, their defense is really what makes this team. They are very solid.
Run up the middle to start it off for the Firestorm. And the ball is loose. Picked up by the Sidewinders. Going down the field. He's got the sideline. Tackled out of bounds at around the 26-yard line. First play from scrimmage for the Firestorm with a turnover.
And that was Dylan White who actually picked up that ball, the fumble. Just great read and way to recognize that the ball was loose.
You always love to see the tailback keeping his feet moving, fighting for yards, but when you're in a big pile like that, ball comes loose. Now it's the Sidewinders knocking on the door of the red zone.
27-yard line.
Like we just said, the Sidewinders defense is pretty solid. So
Yeah.
very impressive to see on that first opening drive for the Firestorm.
I couldn't really see who caused the fumble just because it was such a pile up down there, but
yeah,
great defensive play there. Darling back on the field for the Sidewinders. Torrey Gray is the back to his right. He's going to take a drop, step up in the pocket. He's running right, throws over the middle. That one is incomplete.
Yeah, intended for Dylan White again. He's just all over the place, Dylan White. Seems to do it all for this Sidewinder squad.
Yeah, and if I'm the Firestorm, I want to keep Darling inside the pocket. When he gets on the run, he's such a threat to any defense. He can pull it down. He's really good and accurate at throwing on the run. Couldn't connect with White there, though.
Yeah.
2nd and 10 from the Firestorm 27. Two backs in the backfield for the Sidewinders. Going to send a man in motion. Here's the snap. They're going to throw the quick screen to the right. Incomplete. Couldn't hang on to that one.
Intended for number 26, Julian Ramirez. Just couldn't make the connection. Ball just slipped through his hands running up the line. We're seeing the Sidewinders struggle a little offensively so far in this game. Not quite making those connections that we saw they were last week.
Yeah, last week they threw the ball all over Papago. Today, struggling to get it going early. Darling's going to stay in the gun. He has trips to his right. Here's the snap. Looking to pass. He steps up to the left. He's running out of the pocket. He'll be forced out of bounds. Picked up possibly 3, maybe 4 there.
Number 10, Darling with the keeper.
Yeah, we're seeing Darling having to scramble a lot with this possession in this drive. So hopefully he can find his footing and connect with the receiver sometime soon, being so close to the end zone.
That's going to bring up 4th down.
4th down for the Sidewinders. Looks like we're going to see the kicking unit come out onto the field.
He can get a shot in the uprights there. Love it.
Michael Singh coming on to kick the field goal. Kicking from the Firestorm 32. Kick is up. It's going to be short and right. No good.
Definitely not what the Sidewinders are, looking for to start this game. Their first possession couldn't get much, and then off that fumble, couldn't finish off with some points on the board.
Yeah, starting a possession at your opponent's, 30-ish yard line and not coming away with any points, that's tough. For the Firestorm on 1st and 10. Man in motion, moving left to the line of scrimmage. They're going to give it to him, and he's got the sideline, and he picks up about 8 or 9 there.
Taken down by Dylan White again. It's going to be a name that we're going to keep saying tonight, it seems.
Yeah, he's off to a great start. Defensively,
On the play, 2nd down.
has a target on offense, although they couldn't connect. Still, nonetheless. Mills is out of the gun. We're going to get a timeout, Arizona Christian.
Timeout, Firestorm.
Yeah, we're really looking at the Sidewinders to have some, positive energy going. ACU, sort of hyping up their crowd on the sideline. Sidewinders seem a little, quiet, little meek over on the other side.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see it on the broadcast, but there's just this darkness behind the Sidewinders. Over here on the Arizona Christian side, the stands are filled in pretty good.
Yeah, solid crowd
A lot
tonight.
of support. Now, some of those could be Sonoran Sidewinders fans, but
They could.
can't see them way over there.
Can't see him.
Mama's here, Dylan. You got to get fired up. It's 2nd and 1 for the Firestorm after the break. Mills under center again. Oh, there was some movement there on the line of scrimmage. We see penalty flags come in. Sidewinders are saying they have the
And
ball.
Sidewinder actually came up with the ball, but the whistle was blown, so I don't know.
Did we see a ref say Sidewinder ball?
I did, in fact, see that, yes. A little confusion on what's going on right now.
Hear from the ref here.
Outside
False start
the
on the
defense.
offsides on the defense.
5 yard penalty.
Probably where the penalty came from. Probably just taking the ball from him.
Yeah.
That is going to give the Firestorm a 1st down.
Another penalty against the Sidewinders.
That'll be 2 penalties for 10 yards early on in this first quarter for Sonoran Sidewinders. And a 1st down for the Firestorm. Mills is out of the gun, running back to his right. Here's the snap. He's going to drop back to throw. Under pressure, he's rolling right outside of the pocket. He's going to dump it off. What a heads-up play from Matthew Mills there to get out of the pocket and gain a few yards.
Yeah, way to just scramble out of the pocket and find a receiver, no matter how far he was, and get
Yeah.
a gain on the play.
I thought he was going to have to throw it out of bounds, maybe try to fight for a yard or 2, but
Yep.
I mean, he just makes the easy play there, hooks up with his guy on the sideline for a gain of 2. 2nd and 8 for the Firestorm. Mills back under center. They're going to give on a sweep there, met by a host of Sidewinder defenders after a gain of 3.
Yeah, Sidewinders have been reading that play really well. You know, just seeing Mills just running like that. They caught on pretty quickly that he's going to be one of the main guys of the Firestorm offense.
Yeah, I think that's the second or third sweep that we've seen to Cordell Lee coming out of the across the backfield. Does make it third and a bit more manageable. We'll see 3rd and 5 here for the Firestorm. Mills back under center. Tailback directly behind him. Man coming right. They're going to do a sweep again, just the other way. And he'll pick up a few, fighting for the first. Are they going to give it to him? And it looks like they are. Move the chains. Firestorm first down.
Moving the chains. Yeah, I mean, that changeup to moving it down and being able to get that first down was a very clean run. And then having his offensive line help push him and get the first down and secure it was very smart.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to be a few yards short. Had some big guys help move the pile. That always helps. Mills back under center. Here's the snap. They're going to give the handoff up the middle. They're going to pick up 4 on first down. Make it 2nd and 6.
Yeah, we're seeing the Firestorm, you know, run the ball a lot often, which is the exact opposite of the Sidewinders game plan tonight.
Yeah, the offensive scheme that Arizona Christian has, it's just, I don't think we're going to see them throw the ball very much. There's, I want to say, 3 backs in the backfield. We do see a receiver, though. 2 receivers to the left of the line of scrimmage. Mills under center. Here's the snap, and they're going to give to a number 1 moving right. Cuts it up the middle. Gains 2. There's a penalty flag.
Penalty marker on the field.
Behind, but way back behind the line of scrimmage.
I'm going like white.
Yeah, looking like it might be against the Sidewinders. Had one of the Sidewinders defenders arguing with one of the refs.
Hear from our official here shortly. It's going to be a personal foul against the Sidewinders, and again giving the Firestorm another free first down on this possession.
Yeah, definitely, again, Sidewinders are not doing so well with their game plan of not having so many penalties.
Yeah, then that one was huge, a 15-yarder. They're going to give to the right, up the middle. He'll be dropped after a gain of 3.
Yeah, most of these runs from the Firestorm only getting, you know, 3 to 4 yards gained, but the penalties against the Sidewinders have really helped them get across the field.
2 penalties on this drive alone, equaling up to 25 yards and 2 free first downs for the Firestorm. Arizona Christian entering into red zone territory. Let's see if they can capitalize. Mills under center. Man in motion. And they're going to fake the give. Mills is going to throw, and it's batted down at the line of scrimmage.
Blocked by Dylan White again. Just being able to read the play and read his quarterback to be able to be there. Very impressive.
Very impressive. The incompletion makes it 3rd and 8 for the Firestorm.
Pass broken up at number 18, Dylan White. That's going to bring up 3rd down for the Firestorm.
2 receiver set to the right side of the line of scrimmage. Tight end also to the left of the line of scrimmage. Mills out of the gun. Here's the snap. He's going to drop back to pass. Looking to the sideline. It's picked off. Another turnover for the Firestorm. The Sidewinders are going to take over at the 21.
Wow, we are just seeing the Sidewinders read the Firestorm so well. There is a flag on the play, though.
And we'll see if it is Sidewinder football. The flag is around the line of scrimmage.
That interception was by number 5, Darian Zeeb.
Interception by number 5, Darian Zeeb.
Chop block on the offensive line. That penalty was declined, so the Sidewinders will take over at their own 23-yard line.
From their own 23-yard line.
Another chance for the Sidewinders to, show us their offense and see Braden Darling show off his arm.
Already causing 2 turnovers. The Sidewinders defense. Let's see if they can capitalize and get some points. We'll see a penalty flag. It looks like it's going to be a false start on the Sidewinders. Move it back 5.
Penalty still first down.
That'll be 4 penalties so far for the Sidewinders.
New quarterback in the game for the Sonoran Sidewinders. Man in motion coming across the line of scrimmage. They're going to give it up the middle. Makes a move. A lot of quick burst of speed there. Allows him to pick up 5.
That was just a great run to get back towards that original line of scrimmage and gain a few yards after that as well.
Torrey Gray on the carry there. The new quarterback in the game for the Sidewinders, number 9, William Howell. 6'5" sophomore out of Morena Mountain View in Tucson. 3 receivers to Howell's right. Man in motion coming across the line of scrimmage. They'll give to Gray again. Gray with a nice cutback there, but he's met after a gain of about 1. Might have even been at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Gray just didn't have pretty much anywhere to go, and we're seeing some late flags on the field as well.
Penalty markers on the field.
Doesn't appear that Coach Munson's game plan of limiting penalty yards is having much of an effect here. Oh, it was on the defense. My apologies. That'll give the Sidewinders a first down.
And the Sidewinders will definitely take that.
Firestorm, it's going to be a 15-yard penalty.
Free first down. Sidewinders approaching midfield. Howell remains the quarterback for the Sidewinders. 2 running backs in the backfield. Oh, early snap. Gray picked it up and got back to the line of scrimmage. Bounced off Howell's head.
I will say I have never seen anything like that before.
Kind of looked like Kyler Murray from last week. Took the ball right off the helmet. Didn't know what was going on.
And just great by Lee to be able to pick up that ball and secure it for the Sidewinders once again.
That was a fun one. They actually gained a yard, so it'll be 2nd and 9. Or from this view, it looks like it might be 2nd and 9. Substitution for ACU before the snap.
Number 27 is now in, Sebastian Lopez. Oh, nope, still switching it around.
And he's back out again. He's coming back onto the field.
Oh, number 18 now. That is Chris Martinez.
They didn't like Lopez for some reason. Howell out of the gun. Running back coming to the left of the line of scrimmage. They're going to throw the screen to him. Oh, Gray slipped there as he started to get his momentum going. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, we're seeing some frustration from Gray, knowing that he would have picked up a few yards on that play, but just couldn't get his feet under him.
And that's the 2nd time we've seen one of those running back screen passes come up to a total of 0 yards.
On YouTube, by the way. That's it.
3rd and 10 for the Sidewinders. About 5.5 minutes left in the first. Still scoreless. Man in motion coming across the line of scrimmage. Howell's going to drop back to throw. He's stepping up in the pocket. He's going to pull it down. And quickly brought down after a gain of about 4 to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, brought down by number 77, Isaac Battle, just able to wrap his arms around him and take him down with him. Great read by Isaac.
That front 4 for Arizona Christian, putting in a lot of work, not allowing the Sidewinders offense to get going.
Nope, this will definitely be a battle of the defenses, really, is what we're looking at right now.
Cordell Lee is back to receive the punt for Arizona Christian. And he'll get it off. Punt's going to take a bounce. A Sidewinder bounce. Did he get it? Let's see the marking. It might have went into the end zone there. And they'll mark it at the 1 yard line.
They'll mark it at the 1.
What a special teams play for the Sidewinders.
Yeah, that was pretty nice. Definitely what they needed.
Ball down in the end zone. That's going to bring the ball out to the 25-yard line.
Oh, no,
Oh.
they marked it in the end zone. Wow. So touchback, it'll be Firestorm ball at the 25-yard line.
Well, just great effort made by the Sidewinder special teams, you know, trying to get it on that one, but couldn't quite bounce a little too quick for them.
Will they mark it at the 25? I thought, for a second, it looked like he may have fallen in the end zone,
Yeah.
but I saw one ref mark it down at the 1.
Looks like they all got together and decided he didn't
Yeah.
get it at the 1.
My apologies, they'll be at the 20-yard line to start after the touchback on the punt. And Mills is going to be back under center as the Firestorm offense takes the field. They're going to give it up the middle. Gain of 2 on first down.
Not much of a gain for Owen Wilkins, Couldn't quite push through that huddle of Sidewinders.
Wilkins on the carry for the Firestorm.
Fast-moving game here. We've already got under 4 minutes left in the first. Arizona Christian eating up a lot of clock with each drive they have.
Second down.
Bo Ogles is the new quarterback for the Firestorm. He's in the gun. He's looking to throw. He's going to throw one over the middle. Batted up and intercepted. That's Dylan White at the 20. And he'll go out of bounds inside his own 15. Penalty markers down.
And we're seeing Dylan White be all over the field. He is impressing me each play, really. He just happens to be wherever the ball is.
Dylan White is on a mission. There are some penalty markers. We'll see if the interception stands.
Yeah, it says Mike out. Yeah, we got it. Yeah, we got it.
So that's 2 interceptions now against the Firestorm. Definitely not what their offense really would like to see.
Should be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
We're going to send it down to Ethan Troll, our sideline reporter for tonight's game.
Over first and 10 at the Firestorm 21-yard line.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, you're good.
Thank you, Ethan. The Sidewinders just had a completion on first down for a gain of about 8.
Just have him talking to the mic.
Now in the red zone.
Yeah, Sidewinders trying to move a little more quickly on this possession, trying to get into the end zone and finally put some points on the board with 3 minutes left in the first quarter.
After 3 takeaways, we'll see if the Sidewinders can finally get in the end zone. Their first 3 possessions were a punt, missed field goal, and another punt. Hoping to get a touchdown here. We have a new quarterback in the game for the Sidewinders. That'll be number 16, Eric Nieblis, the freshman out of Lake Havasu. Running back directly behind him. And we'll get a bunch of penalty markers down before the snap.
It's looking like another penalty against the Sidewinders.
That's going to be a 5-yard penalty.
And a false start.
Still, second down.
So after the great pickup on first down, we'll bring it back and make it 2nd and 7.
Yeah, I'm texting him right now. Got him.
Nieblis out of the gun. This is the 3rd quarterback that we've seen in 4 possessions for the Sidewinders. Man coming in motion across the line of scrimmage. Here's the snap. He's going to throw a screen pass. It's caught, but he's going to maybe get back to the line of scrimmage.
Caught by like his fingertips, Jacob Dominguez. Just barely managed to hang on to that ball.
Yeah, that was a great catch. And a great job to get back to the line of scrimmage as well. It looked like he did lose one.
Yeah, no.
He was like 3-4 yards behind the line of scrimmage somehow.
Managed to push his way through.
It's something because it was working pregame, and now it just. I've had this issue the past couple of weeks.
Nieblis out of the gun. 3rd and 9 now after the penalty and the loss on 2nd. They're going to give it to Gray to the left. Gray makes a move. Brought it up to his 16-yard line, to the Firestorm 16-yard line, but it's still not enough. It's going to be about 4th and 5.
Yeah, we're seeing the Firestorm defense being very well at reading these carries by the Sidewinders, you know, just sandwiching them fairly quickly beyond the line of scrimmage.
Firestorm's defense definitely stepping up big time as our offense has turned the ball over 3 times.
Yep.
Offense is going to stay on the field for the Sidewinders. They missed a field goal earlier. They're electing to go for it. Maybe. We get a timeout.
Timeout, Sidewinders.
By the Sonoran Sidewinders. You just don't want to see another empty possession here if you're the Sonoran Sidewinders. 3 turnovers caused by their defense, 0 points to show for it.
Yep, and 5 penalties so far in this game as well, and we aren't even out of the first quarter yet.
Yeah, and that was a big focus that Coach Chad Munson had. They wanted to limit the penalty yardage and the penalties overall, but multiple self-inflicted wounds. In fact, on this possession alone, they had a 2nd and 1, a penalty loss. Made it 3rd and 9, and now we see 4th and 5. And the offense is going to stay on the field. They're going to go for it.
Definitely interesting to see, but their field position, I would go for it too. Might as well.
With as well as your defense is playing, I mean, you're right. Nothing to lose at this point. Might as well go for it.
Yeah.
4th and 5 from the Firestorm 16. Nieblis out of the gun. He'll take the snap and drop to throw. He's going to throw over the middle, and it's caught. He was right near the line to gain. We'll see if they give it to him.
He might be right on it.
Pass completed, number 82, Dylan Brown.
They're moving the chains.
First down, Sidewinders. That looked like one of those routes where coach just says, all right, get to the sticks and sit there.
And just stay.
Try to fall forward, maybe.
Great play call by Coach Chad Munson just to get that first down.
1st and 10 from the Firestorm 11-yard line. Now the Sidewinders, if they get it down to the 1 yard line, they can move the chains to get a fresh set of downs. We'll get a timeout. Oh, sorry.
End of the quarter.
End of the quarter. My apologies.
The first quarter.
Nothing after one. We're all knotted up. Defensive battle here
Zero.
Check 2 1 2. Ethan Troll.
at
Varsity
Arizona
Sports Show,
Christian University.
Sidewinders.
Dylan White highlighting the game so far. He already has
You
2
guys wanna do the-
interceptions. He picked
Yep.
up a fumble.
Yep.
He has, I want to say he has the most total yards
Yeah, we're
on
ready for it.
3 caused turnovers. We're going to send it down to Ethan Troll on the sideline.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Thank you, guys. It's the end of the first quarter. Ethan Troll here with the Varsity Sports Show. So far, it's a defensive standstill, 0-0. Both defenses are doing really well. Sidewinders with Dylan White with a fumble recovery on the first drive and an interception on the second drive. We'll see how it goes here in the second quarter. Back to you guys.
And we're back. Thank you, Ethan. Very informative stuff. Didn't really hear what he was saying, but he's a smart guy.
He is a smart guy. I'm sure he analyzed it very well down there.
Sidewinders start the second quarter at the 11-yard line of the Firestorm. They've caused 3 turnovers and have no points to show for it. See if they can get in the end zone here. Freshman Eric Niebel is still back at quarterback. And he's going to give to Torrey Gray. Gray makes a move to the left. Possibly picks up 2.
Yeah,
We'll
brought
see where
down
it's marked.
fairly quick by number 37 of the Firestorm.
25, Torrey Gray on the carry.
Torrey Gray,
Tackle
he's
by
gotten
44,
a
number
ton of
37.
carries, but he can't really get anything going. The Firestorm front 7 showing up big time tonight.
Yeah, very strong defensively, the Firestorm are. Definitely giving the Sidewinders a run for their money.
Niebla is out of the gun. Gray is the tailback to his right. Man in motion coming across the line of scrimmage. And he's going to throw it, and it's picked. Oh, the interception is dropped for the Firestorm right through his hands.
Through the hands of number 27, Sebastian Lopez. If he had managed to corral that in, he would have been
There was
home
nothing
free.
but green grass in front of him. Risky throw there from Nieblis.
Yeah, definitely under pressure and felt like he had to get the ball off immediately.
Gets another chance on 3rd and 9. We'll see what the Sidewinders are going to do here based on this 3rd and 9 play call. If they're going to try to kick a field goal or go for it. Field goal kicker has missed once already tonight. Nieblis out of the gun. And he's going to roll to his right, looking to throw, and he's sacked back at the 15.
Sacked by number 44 of the Firestorm. Read that play so well and was on him the entire way he was scrambling out of the pocket.
That'll make it 4th and 16 from the Firestorm 15-yard line. Once again, potentially coming away with no points after another turnover. They're going to kick the field goal.
Yeah, and
that last play.
the ACU Firestorm, their fans are loving their defense so far. Crowd's getting hype, the sidelines hype. So
Yeah.
definitely exciting to see.
They're showing up big time. Michael Singh coming on, who is 0 for 1 tonight. Although it was from about 15 yards longer the first time, and we're going to get a timeout from the Sidewinders. Talk it over. We'll see if they go for it.
Yeah, I mean, like we said, the Sidewinders may come up with nothing from this. So definitely got to talk it up with Coach Chad Munson and figure out how they can put some points on the board.
Earlier, when it was 4th and 5, we said, hey, why not go for it? Your defense is playing phenomenal.
Yep.
They've created 3 turnovers already.
Yeah,
This is their second trip to the red zone.
I would go for it again.
I'm going for it if I'm Coach Munson, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, put the pressure on ACU to get a stop. Because like you said, their defense from the Sidewinders has been pretty unstoppable tonight.
It looks like they are going to go for it. However, Michael Singh trots back onto the field. Appears to be about a 25-yarder for Singh. Firestorm, home crowd getting loud. Here's the snap, the hold. The kick is up. And it's good.
That's just great by Michael Singh, you know, missing the first one, but being able to come back out and make the next just shows strong mentality.
I think the first one, after watching that one, might have been like a hoax or whatever.
Nerves, maybe, you know,
Yeah.
first kick of the game.
That kick looked a lot better.
Solid, yeah.
Right through the uprights. Singh coming back onto the field to kick it off. Cordell Lee back deep to return the kick for the Firestorm.
Yeah, the Firestorm are going to have to figure out something offensively to get around the Sidewinders' powerful defense.
They've had a few drives that looked good, but turnovers are costly. Luckily, their defense is playing good enough that it's only a 3-0 ball game here in the second quarter.
Yeah.
But you do want to limit those. Here's the kick from Singh. Lee is going to, no, my apologies, not Lee, going to return it from inside his own 15. Makes a move up the middle. Good starting field position there for the Firestorm at about the 40-yard line.
Yeah, just a great return. Definitely putting ACU where they want to be offensively to get their offense going and get their crowd a little more hype. Seem to be settled down a little bit.
After the pile came apart, they marked the Firestorm at the 36-yard line. 1st and 10.
ACU will have 1st and 10 from their own 36.
Bo Ogles is going to remain the quarterback for the Firestorm. I want to see a little bit more out of the ACU offense on this possession.
Yeah, a little more aggression.
They're going to hand off, sweep running right. Makes him move up the middle, and he'll gain about 2.
Yeah, and that was Nicholas Coronado with that carry. Gained a 2, like you said. Couldn't quite push through the Sidewinders defense. But like you said, they got to put some pressure on the Sidewinders. Sidewinders finally got some points on the board, and now it's ACU's turn.
ACU going up tempo. They're going to run a pretty similar play there on 2nd to make it 3rd and about 4. ACU up in the tempo. They're back on the ball already. Ogles still under center on 3rd down.
3rd down.
Man in motion. There might have been a false start there from the Firestorm.
Penalty markers on the field.
Yeah, trying to go quick, trying to keep the Sidewinders on their toes, but might be moving a little too quick.
This could easily become a passing situation for the Firestorm. We've seen them throw the ball
Also on the offense,
maybe 3 times. 1 was batted down and 2 were intercepted. So they might keep it on the ground. We'll see. Ogles barking calls out of the gun. 3rd and 8 after the penalty for the Firestorm. Here's the snap. He's going to drop to throw. Throws it over the middle. And that one overthrown, nearly intercepted there.
Almost another interception, just tipped off the hands of Nehemiah or Rumbi from the Sidewinders. Could have been very dangerous for the ACU Firestorm.
I read that name on the roster, and I was praying that you would say it. That's a tough name there. Nehemiah Arumbi. 6'1" freshman out of Tolleson. Just off his fingertips. Firestorm coming out to punt on 4th and 9. The Sidewinders coming out in a different punt return kind of look. There's a lot of guys.
I was going to say, it's an interesting formation. Not one I'm familiar with.
If you're ever going to fake a punt, that was the time to do it. But instead, the Firestorm call a timeout. They might have seen that, and they're like, hey, we can get away with something here.
But now the Sidewinders might change it up with this timeout.
I hope they don't, because that would be electric.
That
You're going
would
to see a fake punt here.
That would be, and it would definitely give that spark that the ACU Firestorm are looking to have in the second quarter.
Sidewinders coming back onto the field. CJ Williams, the freshman out of Deer Valley in Glendale, Arizona, is going to be back to return the punt. And they're coming out in that same look. There's only 3 down linemen to rush the punter. If you're going to pull something, I'd do it now.
Yeah, very interesting formation.
Jalen Dickerson just exchanged a few words with the up guys there. Maybe it's in my head. Dickerson
You're
on,
trying to manifest
Dickerson
that.
on to punt. Here's the snap. And he does punt it away. What a booming punt there from Dickerson. It's caught by Williams. He's got a lot of room ahead of him. And he's going to bring it out past the 30 up to about the 34-yard line.
Yeah, great run by Williams. Being able to have that blocker and get up the line. Pretty solid.
That was a good catch. Running backwards.
Yeah, you had to go a long way for that one. That was a great punt.
Caught it around the 11-yard line, I want to say. Brought it all the way up to the 35. So 1st and 10 for the Sidewinders, who lead 3-0 here in the second. Braden Darling is back in the game for the Sidewinders, and he's in the gun. Tailback directly behind him. Man in motion, and there's a flag. It's going to be a false start on the Sidewinders, so they'll move it back 5.
False start on the offense, 5-yard penalty.
Yeah,
Still
definitely.
first down.
Hate to say it, but it is a little upsetting. You know, the Sidewinders keep saying they're trying to get the penalties down and can't quite do it.
I'd love to see Braden Darling throw the ball down the field here. He had one attempt early on the first drive, and he barely missed his man who had some good separation.
Yeah, that would be an exciting thing to see right now.
Darling out of the gun. Man moving across the line of scrimmage. He's going to give to Gray up the middle. He stopped at the line of scrimmage for a gain of none. Oh, they were carrying him there. My apologies. That was Xavier Pinon, not Terry Gray.
Pinon just trying to get some extra yardage at the end there, but couldn't quite push through that giant huddle of Firestorm.
It looked like his offensive lineman was pulling him along.
Follow me.
Pick up 4.
Short gain. Second down.
Darling out of the gun. Tailback to his right. Trips to his left. Here's the snap on 2nd and 14. They'll give running left. And there's a good gain there on 2nd down. Make it 3rd and 9.
Pinon able to push through yet again and get to that original line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd and 9 now, but definitely time for Braden Darling to show off that arm.
Gain of 5 on the play.
Passing situation here. 3rd and 9. Julian Ramirez just came into the game for Pinon to play tailback. Man to watch on this passing situation, number 18, Dylan White. He's at the bottom of your screen with the gold sparkly cleats. Man in motion, moving across the line of scrimmage.
They just match his helmet.
Darling catches the snap. He's going to step up and pull it down and run. Lowers his shoulder. I think he got the first down.
Very impressive to see by Darling being able to scramble out the pocket himself and get the first down.
They're moving the chains. Darling picked it up.
First down.
He is very impressive with his legs.
Yeah, able to read that Firestorm defense and notice how his receivers couldn't get open, so he just managed to take it himself.
And starting at 1st and 15, the Sidewinders still managed to pick up a first down. Gray and Ramirez are the backs. Darling in the gun. He's going to drop back to throw. He steps up, throwing long over the middle. Off the fingertips of White. Just let him a little bit too much there.
Very impressive to see, though. Braden Darling's arm has no limits. Just out of reach of Dylan White yet again.
That was a great throw, too. There was a lot of traffic over there.
Yeah.
Just barely missed White.
It'll be interesting to see what the Sidewinders play is now, you know?
Yeah, 2nd and 10 for the Sidewinders after the incompletion. Gray and Ramirez remain the backs. Darling out of the gun. We have a penalty marker from the back judge.
Interesting.
Play game on the offense.
And it is a delay of game against the Sidewinders. That'll back them up 5.
Still second down.
2nd and 15 for the Sonoran Sidewinders. More penalties.
Yeah. Definitely got to fix it up once halftime comes or once they get back to the sideline.
Darling is out of the gun. He's going to take a quick drop. He's going to launch it down across field, and he's got White through his hands. Great coverage there from the Firestorm.
Yeah, and White was covered by 2 Firestorm there, so he was battling them and trying to get to the ball as well, so had a lot on his plate.
Great coverage there from Arizona Christian. Dylan White almost had that, though. What a ball by Darling.
Yeah, I'm liking these play calls of of Braden Darling going deeper into the field, showcasing his arm, trusting his receivers. Can't quite make a connection yet, but I'm sure it's only a matter of time until we see a connection.
3rd and 15. We're probably going to see him throw it long again here. Darling drops back to pass, throwing towards the sideline. He's got a man wide open, and Williams can't come up with it.
So close. CJ Williams diving towards the sideline, trying to keep his feet in while trying to manage and get the ball, but couldn't quite make that connection, couldn't haul it in. Bring out the punter for the Sidewinders.
For 22, Cordell Lee back out for the punt return.
Cordell Lee is back deep to return the punt for the Firestorm. Michael Singh on to punt it away for the Sidewinders. Just missed a few wide open receivers, couple penalties, and that's the end of the possession for the Sidewinders. Here's the punt from Singh. High, short punt. It's going to drop in around the 30-yard line and take a Sidewinders bounce past the 20 to the 17.
Good bounce from Michael Singh's punt right there.
It wasn't a very long punt as far as airtime goes, but once it hit the ground, it ran.
First and 10 from their own 17-yard line.
Arizona Christian with a chance to score their first points of the game. Trail 3-0 here in the second.
Yeah, really a battle of the defenses right now. Just both sides. Their defensive lines are very strong, stopping both offenses from getting anything going.
Neither running game has been able to get going to this point. Under center, they're going to give a sweep running right, and he's got the sideline. He'll pick up 5 on first.
That was a good run by number 8, being able to get that corner and get onto the sideline, able to push through.
Daniel Rustin is the new quarterback in the game for Arizona Christian. This is their 3rd quarterback they have shown. And he's going to roll out to his left, throw on the run. I think that one hit the ground. Incomplete. That's going to make it 3rd and 5.
Yeah, just a short throw by Rustin. Had the right idea and an open receiver. Couldn't quite make the connection, just a little too low.
Corrections, the quarterback is actually Logan Fogerly, number 16 for the Firestorm. Fogerly is under center. Here's the snap. He's going to drop back to pass. Incomplete, and that's going to make it 4th and 5. Quick 3 and out for the Firestorm.
Sidewinders defense again being strong, making sure that the Firestorm couldn't get anywhere and couldn't get anything going.
Defensive battle so far to this point. CJ Williams is going to come back on to return the punt for the Sidewinders.
We're seeing the same formation from the Sidewinders as well on this punt return.
Yeah, Jalen Dickerson. Let's see if he's going to try to make some magic here. Williams back deep to field the punt for the Sidewinders. Dickerson just gets it off. Line drive punt, and it's fumbled. Picked up by Arizona Christian at about the 48-yard line.
And that
Bounced right off his chest.
received by number 43, Court Johnson. Just bounced off the Sidewinder's chest and into his arms, basically.
I believe that was Micah Scott, who looked to be playing sort of a lead blocker for Williams, but the line drive punt just bounces right off his chest there, giving it back to the Firestorm, who gained 30 yards on the punt.
Well, time for the Sidewinders defense to show out yet again and try to get their offense back out onto the field.
Lots of movement coming pre-snap for the Firestorm. They're going to give the sweep running right, and he makes a move, and he's got a first down and more. Pushed out of bounds. That's the biggest run we've seen to this point so far for the Firestorm. They're going to mark him out of bounds at the 34-yard line of the Sidewinders.
Yeah, definitely what the Firestorm are looking for. Just that spark to get them going. Their crowd getting into it, the sideline getting into it. Hoping for some points at the end of this possession.
Pickup of just shy of 20. They're going to give it right back up the middle, and the Sidewinders front 7. Not allowing to happen again.
Good adjustments made by the Sidewinders to put a stop to that.
Amari Wright, one of the first defenders in the backfield. We spoke with Coach Munson before the game, and he couldn't say enough about Amari Wright.
Yeah, and we even saw Amari Wright last week. Had a great showing against the Papago Pumas.
And they're going to keep it. What a hit there.
Again, Amari Wright just being there at the right time. Putting a stop to the Firestorm offense.
For 15 with the quarterback keeper.
I believe that was Michael Butler on the quarterback keeper, who's now in the game for Arizona Christian. And Butler is going to be under center. Firestorm stay in the same formation that we've seen all game. Man in motion. And they're going to fake the give. Butler rolling to his right. He's going to let it fly, and it's picked off. Interception number 3 for the Firestorm.
And that was number 5, Darian Seed, with the interception for the Sidewinders. That'll be 4 turnovers from ACU.
Fumble, interception, interception, punt, punt, interception is what we've seen of Arizona Christian's offense so far tonight. 4th turnover created by the Sidewinder defense. Can we see
Sidewinders will have
Sonoran Sidewinders capitalize?
And that's Darian Zeeb's 2nd interception of the night. Him and Dylan White all over the field defensively.
You know what they say, your defense is your best offense.
Yeah,
I don't know if they say that, but
I was just going to go with it.
sounded right.
Yeah, it sounded professional and true.
Darling is still in the game for the Sidewinders. He's going to be out of the gun. Here's the snap. He's going to drop back to throw. Steps up in the pocket. He's running to his right. He's going to take off with it. Doesn't quite get to the sideline. Gains about 3.
Yeah, the Firestorm pretty much covered all the receivers downfield, so Darling just had to run it himself and couldn't quite get too many yards on the play.
Darling showing off that mobility that we all know he has. I'm going to make it 2nd and 7 for the Sidewinders. See if they can get some offense going on this possession. Creating 4 turnovers. They only have 3 points to show for it. Just about 5 minutes left in the 2nd quarter. Darling catches the snap. He's going to give to Pinon running left. Makes a few moves, but doesn't get much. They'll mark him down after a gain of about 4.
Yeah, Pinon just trying to push through and fall forward, basically. Gain some yardage on the play.
Gain of 4 on the play, 3rd down.
Correction, they might have marked him for only a gain of 2. Bring up 3rd and 5. 3rd and 4? It's kind of far away. 3rd and medium.
3rd and a few.
Darling catches the snap. He's going to throw a quick pass over the middle. It's caught. And he'll fight for some yards. I think they're going to give him the first down on that one.
Yeah, they're moving the chains.
That was Dylan Brown, the sophomore tight end out of Cactus Shadows High School in Scottsdale, Arizona.
Yeah, Dylan Brown able to keep his knee up and push through that pile a little bit.
First down.
2 catches for Brown, 2 first downs. We saw him earlier catch the ball at sticks and fall forward. See him get another first down there.
Pretty solid stats for Dylan Brown.
I think that's the most receiving yards, and he has maybe 10. Darling out of the gun on 1st and 10, 2 backs to each of his side. Pinon going in motion. They're going to run. A lot of room there for Gray. He'll pick up the first down on 1st down.
Yeah, great run by Gray, able to push through and get beyond all of those Firestorm defenders.
That hole was wide open for Gray as well. Great job there by the offensive line.
Yeah, and taken down just by his ankle. Just managed to grab his ankle and bring him down.
First down, Firestorm. Correction, Sidewinders.
On that right side of the offensive line there, Peyton Clemens and Andres Varela. Huge wide open hole there for Gray. Results in a first down. Darling out of the gun. Pinon to his right. Trips to his left. Man in motion. Moving right across the line of scrimmage. Takes the snap. He's going to throw it over the middle. It's caught. CJ Williams, another first down on 1st down.
Great play call. Just Darling moving quick and throwing to the first receiver he sees open. Williams able to haul it in and get close to the first down. I don't think they quite
Yeah, my
got it.
apologies. They marked him just a yard short. It'll be 2nd and 1 for the Sidewinders. Darling is in the gun. Gray and Pinon are to each of his sides. Gray moving in motion to the right. They're going to give to Pinon, and he'll get the first down. And the ball came loose. The ball came loose. Picking up by the Firestorm. Unreal. First down, ACU.
Fumble on the play.
I missed how the fumble happened, but number 2 of the Firestorm able to recover the ball and gain some yardage for the ACU Firestorm, igniting this offense.
It's like hot potato going on around here.
Oops, some late flags on the play.
We'll see what the call is.
Dead ball, unsportsmanlike
Unsportsmanlike conduct against Arizona Christian.
against the Firestorm. That's going to be 15 yards.
Move
It'll
them
be
back.
15 yards from where they were supposed to take over, which was around the 50-yard line. Instead, it'll be at the their own 34-yard line.
Definitely something that both teams can adjust on is these penalties, late penalties at that. They can control those.
Isaac McKeon, new quarterback in the game for Arizona Christian, the 5th one that we've seen so far.
And we may see all of them during this game.
Yeah, they have about 8 quarterbacks rostered, so we'll see. Man moving in motion, and they're going to give it to him running right. Looks like he might have slipped and fell after a gain of 2.
That was number 35, it looked to be, Derek Sanchez. Slipped right around the line of scrimmage and couldn't quite have any gain on the play.
No gain on the play, second down.
Timeout. Oh, 2-minute warning. 2-minute timeout.
40.
This game can only be described as one that is so many turnovers.
Yes, a lot of turnovers, a lot of penalties. We have about 10 penalties overall.
I want to say we have 6 turnovers, including the muffed punt, which was picked up by the Firestorm. We have 6 total turnovers. 4
Yeah.
from ACU, 2 from the Sidewinders.
I guess that just shows the defenses on both sides being very strong, getting the ball loose. Almost every possession it seems to be.
Last possession, that has to hurt for the Sidewinders. They were moving down the field very well. What about midfield? There was a fumble, giving the Firestorm the ball back. Firestorm have 2 minutes. Try to go down and take the lead before half. Just want to remind you that they also get the ball after half. The Sonoran Sidewinders did receive to start the game. So this could be a massive possession for the Firestorm.
Yeah, definitely looking for a possession to put some points on the board and come out and do the same thing and be up against the Sidewinders.
McKeon is out of the gun. Single back to his right. Here's the snap. He's going to drop back to throw. Looking to the right. It's caught, but he's immediately slips.
Pass incomplete.
And they gain about 1. Incomplete. My apologies. Ball came out as he fell.
Yeah, just slipped. Derek Sanchez with the incomplete pass slipped as he received the ball, and ball might have touched the ground.
We'll see if the Firestorm try to throw it again here on 3rd and 10. The Sidewinders could get the ball back if they get a stop here on 3rd down. Try to go up 2 possessions before the half. Here's the snap. McKeon, he's looking to throw. He's rolling to his left. Pump fakes. Breaks the sack. Breaks another sack. He's still on his feet. McKeon throws it. And it's dropped around midfield. What a play.
Wow.
Isaac McKeon.
McKeon just managed to find number 4, Noah Sarchette, but he couldn't quite haul it in as he was diving across the sideline.
What a play by McKeon.
Yeah, great agility we're seeing from McKeon.
That was a tough play for Sarkat, though. On the run, falling out of bounds.
Yep.
But now, Jalen Dickerson coming back on to punt for the Firestorm. CJ Williams deep to return the punt. Dickerson going to try to flip the field here and pin the Sidewinders deep. Dickerson gets it off. Williams catches it around his own 30. Breaks the tackle. Makes a move. That was a very shifty 3 yards there after the catch.
Yeah, Williams moving very nicely up the field and couldn't quite get anywhere, but put a few moves on some of those defenders down there.
The Sonoran Sidewinders take over at their own 33-yard line with 1 minute and 29 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Yeah, Sidewinders looking to score before this half ends.
Here come the Sidewinders. Braden Darling back in at quarterback. Torrey Gray is the running back to Darling's left. Trips also to his left. Here's the snap. Darling's looking to throw. He's going to throw a screen to Gray. Gray's got a lot of room in front of him. He's pushed out of bounds around the 50-yard line. And they'll move the chains and stop the clock. What a play for the Sidewinders.
Yeah, great run by Gray, and even having the blocker, number 70, Peyton Clemens, being able to push a few of the Firestorm aside so he can make way.
What an athletic play. Peyton Clemens is not a little guy. He's 6'3", 305 pounds. Moving, making room for Torrey Gray. Darling still in the gun. Gray still to his left. Man in motion coming across the right side of the line of scrimmage. Darling's going to drop back and throw. Throw short to the sideline. Makes a move up the field. And there he goes. Another big play for the Sidewinders. Tackled down at around the 30-yard line.
Yeah, and that was number 22, Jacoby Gilmore. Just a great route run. Able to find the hole and get upfield to put the Sidewinders at the 30-yard line.
In. Looks like it's going to be a false start against the Sidewinders.
That'll be their 8th penalty of the night.
Hate to see a penalty flag come down after back-to-back big plays. Hopefully it doesn't stop this Sidewinder offense.
Yeah, still got plenty of time. 1 minute and 11 seconds left of the quarter.
Sidewinders at the Firestorm 35-yard line after the penalty. Sidewinders are going to break the huddle. Nope, they're going to go back in the huddle. Now they're going to break the huddle.
Let's false start on the offense. 10-second runoff.
10-second runoff after the penalty. There's now only 1 minute and 1 second remaining in this first half. Sidewinders looking to go up 2 possessions. Darling in the gun. Gray to his right. He'll drop back to throw. He's looking long towards the sideline, and he's got a man caught inside his own 5.
CJ Williams again able to turn back and make that catch.
What a throw by Darling.
Sidewinders will have first and
Put that one where only Williams could get it. They'll have it at the 3-yard line. First down for the Sidewinders. 50 seconds remaining in this first half. Darling out of the gun for this 1st and goal play. He'll drop back to pass again. He's got his man. Touchdown, Kieran Earnhardt. Sidewinders go up.
Great job by the Sidewinders. Just a great possession overall. Besides the few penalties they had, they were able to push through and finally get a touchdown on the board.
That was the best that we've seen their offense look all day, despite the one penalty. Just big play after big play. Tons of momentum going into the half. Sing on to attempt the extra point. The snap is fumbled, picked up by White at around the 20-yard line. He's going to throw it towards the end zone, and it's caught! It's caught! Dylan Brown was in the end zone, and he made the catch. Dylan White improvised there.
Just a crazy play overall, but very exciting to see. Just way to recover the missed pass and be able to find a man in the end zone to still get the extra points on the board.
Our man Ethan Troll is right down there near the end zone. We're going to send it down to Ethan.
Thanks, guys. Ethan Troll here with the Varsity Sports Show. As you just saw right there, Dylan White now has a passing completion for a 2-point conversion on the night. Make that a fumble recovery, an interception, and now a pass completion for a 2-point conversion. He's having a heck of a night. And with the Sidewinders scoring the first touchdown of the game just before half, they are now up 11-0. Back to you guys.
Ethan had the best seats in the house for that crazy 2-point conversion.
Yeah, and after that play, with the ACU defense coming off, a lot of words shouted on that sideline.
Obviously frustrating. You see the fumbled snap for the Sonoran Sidewinders. Dylan White somehow, it looked like he kind of just chucked it up to the end zone. He was like, wait, I see you, Dylan Brown.
Yeah, I was just able to make that connection. Probably the most exciting thing we've seen all night.
That might have been the most exciting play I've seen all season. That was awesome. Great improvision by Dylan White. Didn't know he had an arm like that. It's like 20 yards in the air. I don't know if I could throw it that far.
A man of many talents, as we're seeing tonight.
Yeah. Some formation mishaps happening for Arizona Christian. Looks like they might just be taking a knee to send it into halftime. Don't want to risk any crazy turnovers. We've had enough craziness with that fumbled field goal snap,
Yeah.
2-point conversion. And we're going to take it into halftime. We're going to go down to our field correspondent, Ethan Troll, who has a special guest, Vince Delicio. And they're going to send us into half.
You guys ready to go now? 3, 2, 1.
Thank you, guys. As we're just entering halftime, I'm Ethan Troll with the Varsity Sports Show, here with our main man, running it all, Vince. Vince, you were just talking to the Sidewinders earlier today, talking about the league and some other stuff. Can you tell us more about that?
So, had a great conversation pregame with Coach Chad Munson of the Sonoran Sidewinders, and the emphasis of that conversation was around the fact that this league is an Arizona league for Arizona players, born and bred with Arizona coaches. And I know that's something we had talked about last week and really emphasized the fact that on this roster for the Sonoran Sidewinders, out of 55 players, only 3 are from outside of the state of Arizona. And that really speaks to the fact that these guys are out there recruiting heavy in the state of Arizona, as well as the other 3 teams. So if you're a high school senior, if you're in college, if you're a potential bounce back, you're at another school, really consider the HJCAC as an option, particularly if you're from the state of Arizona. Come on home, play in this league, help to strengthen it, make it better than what it is now. It's pretty good now, but make it even better, and you'll get some quality coaching from coaches that are going to continue to develop you and push you along to bigger and better things beyond the league.
I couldn't agree more, Vince. And based upon everything that you just said, we've been having a pretty roller coaster game tonight, even though it hasn't been high scoring. We've had 5 takeaways so far and just a defensive standstill. How do you think the second half's going to go?
You know, it surprises me. The athleticism, well, it doesn't surprise me. The athleticism of the Sonoran Sidewinders, these guys came out to play tonight. ACU has been very consistent with, very methodical with their game plan. But you see the Sidewinders, there's big plays here, big plays there, doing a lot of great things. And hopefully this second half they'll put it together and they'll run away with this game. We'll see. ACU's keeping it close, though.
Thank you so much, Vince. Entering halftime, Vince and Ethan Troll from Varsity Sports Show reporting. Back to you.
Hey guys, Vince here from the Varsity Sports Show. Nothing beats a hometown touchdown, on the field and on the table. Join us at Zips or Goldies, where families, friends, and teams come together for great food. They make everything fresh, like their hearty burgers or irresistible focaccias. The restaurants are family friendly with a huge menu and plenty of seating. Goldies Sports Cafe is in Scottsdale at Via Linda and Mountain View Road, and Zips Sports Grill has 14 Valley locations. Come hungry, see you soon at Zips or Goldies.
Varsity Sports Show, bringing you the latest on Catholic high school sports. The lights are on, the crowd is loud, and the Broncos are ready for another battle. But behind every touchdown and tackle, there's a story of faith, brotherhood, and purpose. A story that defines what Brophy football is all about. At Brophy College Prep, football is more than just a game. It's a tradition built on faith, formation, and family. The Broncos are coming off back-to-back AIA semifinal appearances, entering this season with one clear goal: to make the Open Division playoffs. With a strong group of returning leaders and high expectations, this team embraces every challenge that comes with a demanding schedule. Faith is at the heart of everything they do, from morning prayer and the daily examine to pre- and post-game reflections. After every game, win or lose, the varsity team gathers in the chapel to give thanks, reflect, and grow together. In Jesuit education, coaching goes far beyond strategy and the scoreboard. It's a ministry built on purpose, humility, and growth. Every moment on the field becomes an opportunity to lead, to learn, and to find God in the game. Balancing academics, athletics, and faith is never easy, but it's what shapes Brophy students into leaders both on and off the field. Friday Night Football is a special part of the school's community, bringing students, families, and alumni together to celebrate the spirit of Brophy. The Stampede, known as one of the best student sections in the state, feels that energy every week. Guided by Jesuit priests and school leaders, the Broncos continue to play with purpose, competing with integrity, serving with faith, and giving glory to God in every snap, every play, and every moment of brotherhood. This season, the mission continues: faith, family, and football at Brophy College Prep. Reporting with Varsity Sports Show, I'm Tomas Perez.
Hi guys, my name is Heaven. I'm here reporting live for Varsity Sports. Today, we're going to be doing a recap of the Eagles game versus the Broncos. Now, let's get into it. The Denver Broncos just shocked the world with their defeat over the Philadelphia Eagles. They just handed them their first loss of this season and their first defeat since December. They came back with a shocking score of 21-17. The Eagles looked very dominant within the first half, first quarter, leading them 17-3. Heading into the fourth quarter, but somehow Denver was just able to really lock in. You know, their rookie quarterback, Bo Nix, he threw a touchdown, completed 2-point conversion, and led the game winning drive. Jalen, who did an absolutely wonderful job, threw for 280 yards with 2 touchdowns. But the problem was he was sacked so many times, and they struggled to finish their drive. I'm not sure if you all heard, but there is a little bit of tension with team Jalen Hurts and his wide receiver, A.J. Brown. Reporters that say the two have had a heated conversation, and then they also had a private team meeting to, clear the air. The lack of chemistry honestly really showed on Sunday, as Brown was quiet for most of the game and the offense lacked rhythm when Hurts tried to force the ball his way. And this is something that you don't want to see, granted, from a team who just won the Super Bowl. You don't want to see a team fall apart or just not be able to connect anymore after all the hard work that you put in last season and the hard work that you put in this season so far. All right, guys, that's my topic, and I hope you guys enjoyed my story today.
Hello, folks. J.R. Lambright here, where a local devotion to football reaches its height.
We've spoken of rivalries, but now we examine the crucible of the season for every town, UIL district play, which transforms the gridiron into almost holy ground. The journey of a Texas team has two distinct phases. The non-district games are the time of pilgrimage, of preparation and refinement. But when the UIL district bell tolls, the stakes become existential. District contests are the sole path to the state playoffs, serving as the gateway to the promised land. Failure in these games is not just a loss. It is a setback that can cause a community a season of penance and doubt. The rules governing this covenant are strict. The University Interscholastic League, which stands as the high council of this institution, demands absolute adherence to its laws of eligibility and fair play. A single misstep, a violation of the academic standard, or a failure of attendance risks immediate penalty, uplifting the competition to a civic necessity. This makes the district schedule a measure of a community's competitive faith. For small towns, success in this portion of the schedule becomes a source of pride and often economic stability. This annual series of rites confirms the role high school football plays in the soul of the East Texas piney woods.
Hey guys, Vince here from the Varsity Sports Show. Nothing beats a hometown touchdown, on the field and on the table. Join us at Zips or Goldies, where families, friends, and teams come together for great food. They make everything fresh, like their hearty burgers or irresistible focaccias. The restaurants are family friendly with a huge menu and plenty of seating. Goldies Sports Cafe is in Scottsdale at Via Linda and Mountain View Road, and Zips Sports Grill has 14 Valley locations. Come hungry, see you soon at Zips or Goldies.
Varsity Sports Show, bringing you the latest on Catholic high school sports. The lights are on, the crowd is loud, and the Broncos are ready for another battle. But behind every touchdown and tackle, there's a story of faith, brotherhood, and purpose. A story that defines what Brophy football is all about. At Brophy College Prep, football is more than just a game. It's a tradition built on faith, formation, and family. The Broncos are coming off back-to-back AIA semifinal appearances, entering this season with one clear goal: to make the Open Division playoffs. With a strong group of returning leaders and high expectations, this team embraces every challenge that comes with the demanding schedule. Faith is at the heart of everything they do, from morning prayer and the daily examine to pre- and post-game reflections. After every game, win or lose, the varsity team gathers in the chapel to give thanks, reflect, and grow together. In Jesuit education, coaching goes far beyond strategy and the scoreboard. It's a ministry built on purpose, humility, and growth. Every moment on the field becomes an opportunity to lead, to learn, and to find God in the game. Balancing academics, athletics, and faith is never easy, but it's what shapes Brophy students into leaders both on and off the field. Friday Night Football is a special part of the school's community, bringing students, families, and alumni together to celebrate the spirit of Brophy. The Stampede, known as one of the best student sections in the state, feels that energy every week. Guided by Jesuit priests and school leaders, the Broncos continue to play with purpose, competing with integrity, serving with faith, and giving glory to God in every snap, every play, and every moment of brotherhood. This season, the mission continues: faith, family, and football at Brophy College Prep. Reporting.
Hi guys, my name is Heaven. I'm here reporting live for Varsity Sports. Today we're going to be doing a recap of the Eagles game versus the Broncos. Now, let's get into it. The Denver Broncos just shocked the world with their defeat over the Philadelphia Eagles. They just handed them their first loss of this season and their first defeat since December. They came back with a shocking score of 21-17. The Eagles looked very dominant within the first half, first quarter, leading them 17-3. Heading into the fourth quarter, but somehow Denver was just able to really lock in. You know, their rookie quarterback, Bo Nix, he threw a touchdown, completed a 2-point conversion, and led the game winning drive. Jalen, who did an absolutely wonderful job, threw for 280 yards with 2 touchdowns. But the problem was he was sacked so many times, and they struggled to finish their drive. I'm not sure if you all heard, but there is a little bit of tension with team Jalen Hurts and his wide receiver, A.J. Brown. Reporters have said the two have had a heated conversation, and then they also had a private team meeting to, clear the air. The lack of chemistry honestly really showed on Sunday, as Brown was quiet for most of the game and the offense lacked rhythm when Hurts tried to force the ball his way. And this is something that you don't want to see, granted, from a team who just won the Super Bowl. You don't want to see a team fall apart or just not be able to connect anymore after all the hard work that you put in last season and the hard work that you put in this season so far. All right, guys, that's my topic, and I hope you guys enjoyed my story today.
Hello, folks. J.R. Lambright here, where local devotion to football reaches its height.
We've spoken of rivalries, but now we examine the crucible of the season for every town, UIL district play, which transforms the gridiron into almost holy ground. The journey of a Texas team has 2 distinct phases. The non-district games are the time of pilgrimage, of preparation and refinement. But when the UIL district bell tolls, the stakes become existential. District contests are the sole path to the state playoffs, serving as the gateway to the promised land. Failure in these games is not just a loss. It is a setback that can cause a community a season of penance and doubt. The rules governing this covenant are strict. The University Interscholastic League, which stands as the high council of this institution, demands absolute adherence to its laws of eligibility and fair play. A single misstep, a violation of the academic standard, or a failure of attendance risks immediate penalty, uplifting the competition to a civic necessity. This makes the district schedule a measure of a community's competitive faith. For small towns, success in this portion of the schedule becomes a source of pride and often economic stability. This annual series of rites confirms the role high school football plays in the soul of the East Texas Piney Woods.
Hey guys, Vince here from the Varsity Sports Show. Nothing beats a hometown touchdown, on the field and on the table. Join us at Zips or Goldies, where families, friends, and teams come together for great food. They make everything fresh, like their hearty burgers or irresistible focaccias. The restaurants are family friendly with a huge menu and plenty of seating. Goldies Sports Cafe is in Scottsdale at Via Linda and Mountain View Road, and Zips Sports Grill has 14 Valley locations. Come hungry, see you soon at Zips or Goldies.
Varsity Sports Show, bringing you the latest on Catholic high school sports. The lights are on, the crowd is loud, and the Broncos are ready for another battle. But behind every touchdown and tackle, there's a story of faith, brotherhood, and purpose, a story that defines what Brophy football is all about. At Brophy College Prep, football is more than just a game. It's a tradition built on faith, formation, and family. The Broncos are coming off back-to-back AIA semifinal appearances, entering this season with one clear goal: to make the Open Division playoffs. With a strong group of returning leaders and high expectations, this team embraces every challenge that comes with the demanding schedule. Faith is at the heart of everything they do, from morning prayer and the daily examine to pre- and post-game reflections. After every game, win or lose, the varsity team gathers in the chapel to give thanks, reflect, and grow together. In Jesuit education, coaching goes far beyond strategy and the scoreboard. It's a ministry built on purpose, humility, and growth. Every moment on the field becomes an opportunity to lead, to learn, and to find God in the game. Balancing academics, athletics, and faith is never easy, but it's what shapes Brophy students into leaders both on and off the field. Friday Night Football is a special part of the school's community, bringing students, families, and alumni together to celebrate the spirit of Brophy. The Stampede, known as one of the best student sections in the state, feels that energy every week. Guided by Jesuit priests and school leaders, the Broncos continue to play with purpose, competing with integrity, serving with faith, and giving glory to God in every snap, every play, and every moment of brotherhood. This season, the mission continues: faith, family, and football at Brophy College Prep. Reporting with Varsity Sports Show, I'm Tomas Perez.
Hello, folks. J.R. Lambright here, where local devotion to football reaches its height.
We've spoken of rivalries, but now we examine the crucible of the season for every town, UIL district play, which transforms the gridiron into almost holy ground. The journey of a Texas team has two distinct phases. The non-district games are the time of pilgrimage, of preparation and refinement. But when the UIL district bell tolls, the stakes become existential. District contests are the sole path to the state playoffs, serving as the gateway to the promised land. Failure in these games is not just a loss. It is a setback that can cause a community a season of penance and doubt. The rules governing this covenant are strict. The University Interscholastic League, which stands as the high council of this institution, demands absolute adherence to its laws of eligibility and fair play. A single misstep, a violation of the academic standard, or a failure of attendance risks immediate penalty, uplifting the competition to a civic necessity. This makes the district schedule a measure of a community's competitive faith. For small towns, success in this portion of the schedule becomes a source of pride and often economic stability. This annual series of rites confirms the role high school football plays in the soul of the East Texas piney woods.
Firestorm will open.
Welcome back to Arizona Christian University. Sonoran Sidewinders currently lead the Arizona Christian University Firestorm 11-0. The Firestorm are set to receive the second half opening kickoff. Anissa, what are your thoughts from the first half?
ACU definitely looking to maintain the ball. A lot of their possessions ended up in, fumble, interceptions, so if they could maintain the ball, they can be very successful in this game. And then the Sidewinders, Sort of the same thing with them. The Firestorm defense have been putting a great stop to their offense to where they've only really had 11 points on the board, and not many good possessions either. So definitely a battle of the defenses so far.
Sonoran Sidewinders did end the first half with a great drive, had a bunch of chunk plays, and then ultimately throwing a touchdown to Kieran Earnhardt. We'll see if that momentum can carry over. Here's the kick. That'll be Lee on the return from his own 10. Makes a move to the right, jumping around in the middle of the field. And he's stopped down just short of the 25-yard line. A Sidewinder comes out with the ball at the end of after the huddle disperses.
Might have just snatched it on the way down.
It's still the Firestorm ball. They're going to take over 1st and 10 from their own 24-yard line. We have seen a plethora of Firestorm quarterbacks so far tonight. And he'll drop back to throw. Quick pass to the left. Doesn't quite make it there.
Pass incomplete, intended for number 9, Gage Benjamin.
Yeah, number 13, the new quarterback. Don't quite have a lot of information on him. But a quick pass trying to get some quick yardage in, but couldn't quite make the connection with his receiver.
Quarterback operating under center. Man in motion to the left of the line of scrimmage. They're going to hand it off up the middle, immediately met by the powerful front 7 of the Sonoran Sidewinders.
Yeah, that front 7 from the Sidewinders have been very strong tonight, stopping the Firestorm from doing pretty much anything all night.
Arizona Christian has time and time again been trying to run the ball, but they just can't get anything going due to that Sidewinder suffocating defense. 3rd and 9 here. We'll see what the play call is. Got to think pass. Quarterback's under center. Man in motion, moving right. They are going to throw it under heavy duress. He just has to throw it into the ground there. There was 3 Sidewinders immediately in the backfield.
Penalty marker on the field.
A late penalty flag comes out.
Interesting.
We'll see what the call is. Is it going to be 4th and 9? Could potentially be a first down, depending on the call.
Seems to be moving them back.
Intentional grounding.
Against the Firestorm.
Quarterback was not out of the pocket there. I think the only person near him was a Sidewinder defender, so that doesn't count. We'll move it back 10. Jalen Dickerson punting out of his own end zone, maybe just in front of it. CJ Williams back deep to return the punt. And a booming punt from Dickerson. Dickerson was hammered in the backfield.
A lot of flags thrown in the backfield. Just behind where CJ Williams was standing.
We could potentially see a Firestorm first down here. Due to a roughing the kicker, roughing the punter.
This is another penalty on the Sidewinders. Definitely not what they were looking for to start this second half. Ended the first half with 8 penalties.
Roughing the kicker.
So we'll move it up 15 yards. It won't be an automatic first down, but it will give them some more room to punt. It will be an automatic first down. So the Firestorm will get a new set of downs after the penalty. And despite getting hammered in the backfield there, what a punt. That was 50 yards in the air from Dickerson.
Yeah, great punt. Just Sidewinders doing some things that aren't really necessary.
It'll now be first down for this Firestorm at the 30. Dickerson is walking off under his own power, so you do like to see that.
Yes.
And here's the Firestorm offense coming for a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Quarterback going to stay under center. Free play for the Firestorm. Quarterback rolling. He's going to throw it downfield, and it's picked off. That won't matter much after the play is blown dead.
Penalty markers on the field.
That was caught by number 20, Micah Scott of the Sidewinders.
The offsides penalty from the Sidewinders is going to move it up 5 yards. So it'll be 1st and 5 for the Firestorm. Another penalty for the Sidewinders that's going to help out the Firestorm big time here.
Yeah, definitely not what the Sidewinders needed. Just lost their possession with the penalty and now moving the Firestorm up with another penalty.
Man in motion, but they're going to hand it off up the middle. Great hole there. And they're going to move the chains. First down, Arizona Christian.
0 on the carry for the Firestorm.
Yeah, great carry for number 0 of the Firestorm.
Quarterback's going to stay under center. Man in motion, moving across the line of scrimmage. They're going to go up the middle again. What a play. Cameron Jones
in the backfield
hit in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1 for the Firestorm.
Yeah, Jones able to read that very clearly and put a stop to the drive fairly quick.
2nd and 11 for the Firestorm from their own 40-yard line. Under center. Drops back to pass. He's going to throw a quick route and immediately met.
Pass incomplete. Penalty markers on the field.
Penalty markers down on the field. Looks to be against the Firestorm. The penalty was declined, so it's going to be 3rd and 11 from the 40 for the Firestorm. Quarterback operating out of the gun. He's going to drop back to throw, rolling to his right under heavy duress. Throws towards the sideline, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down for the Firestorm.
Yeah, Firestorm not able to get anything going. The Sidewinders defense being very strong and pretty much keeping them at that line of scrimmage.
Dickerson coming back onto the field after being hit heavily in the backfield earlier. Hoping to flip the field here. CJ Williams back to return the punt for the Sidewinders. Dickerson going to be punting from the Firestorm 25. Snap above his head. Dickerson, an athletic play there, somehow gets the punt off. Drops at the Sidewinder 35, rolls down to the 30. Sonoran Sidewinders will take over their possession at their own 30-yard line.
Sidewinders will take over first and 10.
Great job by Dickerson being able to maintain that high snap, not allowing that ball to get behind him and potentially having the Sidewinders recover that ball.
Yes, somehow still flip the field after an athletic play to jump up there and grab that high snap. Here come the Sidewinders. Their last possession was at the end of the first half. They went down and scored in less than a minute and a half. See if that momentum for Braden Darling and the Sidewinders can continue. Single back to Darling's right. Man in motion coming across the line of scrimmage is C.J. Williams. Here's the snap. Fake to give. They're going to throw the screen to Williams. Williams has green grass ahead of him. There goes Williams. 40. Pushed out around the 30-yard line. What a play. C.J. Williams.
Yeah, great run by C.J. Williams. Able to get through that hole and up the sideline.
40-yard gain for the Sidewinders. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line, I want to say. Great perimeter blocking there from the Sidewinders, causing Williams to get free. Darling in the gun, single back to his right, comes across behind him to the left. Here's the snap to Darling. He's going to throw the short game again, and it's picked off through the hands of his target and eventually intercepted.
That's caught by number 18 of the Firestorm, Chris Martinez. At the right place at the right time.
Yeah, Jacoby Gilmore just couldn't hang on to that one. Didn't quite have his head turned around. Goes directly through the hands to Martinez.
Definitely a rough turnover from the Sidewinders. Having that great drive by Williams. Getting to the 30 and then that interception.
We're seeing a lot of noise coming from the Firestorm sideline. A lot of momentum there off the interception. Give to the right. Makes a move. Breaks a tackle. And it's tackled. The ball came out there at the end of the play. The ball came out. Let's see if the Sidewinders got it right back. They'll mark him down.
Almost another turnover from the ACU. Can't quite keep their hands on the ball.
ACU going up tempo here. They're going to give up the middle. Another effective gain there. Call it 6. Nope, they'll give them the first down.
Number 2 on the carry up the middle. First down, Firestorm. Officials timeout for
Yeah, that turnover earlier definitely revived the ACU Firestorm's offense. As you said, they were getting hype after the play. Definitely helping their drive so far.
Yeah, back-to-back great runs to start the possession. It's now a new set of downs for the Firestorm. Vel Sims helped off the field there. Hopefully everything is okay with Vel. New quarterback in the game for the Firestorm. I'm so sorry if I butcher this, but is Ma'a Fanoti, quarterback for the Firestorm. Under center, he's going to give to his right. Another effective, efficient run for the Firestorm.
For 2 on the carry.
Going to pick up 6, bring up 2nd and 4.
Yeah, these running backs for the Firestorm came out at halftime ready to play. Definitely some adjustments made from the first half, able to push through and gain some more yardage.
ACU continuing to go up tempo. They're going to give it up the middle again. Another seam for a first down and a few more for the Firestorm.
Sidewinders defense can't quite keep up with the momentum that ACU is bringing to the field right now.
Tackle by number 20 for the Sidewinders. First down, Firestorm.
Arizona Christian with a fresh set of downs at the 47-yard line. Fanote under center. And he's going to give a sweep running left. Breaks the line of scrimmage. Barely gains a yard. And it looks like Arizona Christian is wanting to stay up tempo here. Running to the ball.
Yeah, it's definitely working out well for them, you know. Sidewinders sort of struggling to keep up with the pace that they've set.
Short gain on the play, second down.
Fonoti under center. Single back behind him. And they're going to give it to him running right. Breaks the tackle in the backfield. Keeps his feet moving. Picks up 5. 3rd and 3 for the Firestorm.
It's definitely a question to ask the ACU head coach. What changed in the locker room, during halftime? What did he say to his players? How did he get them moving like this to start the second half?
Yeah, I mean, exactly. A running game that was, couldn't really get going there in the first half. We see them come out. I don't think they've thrown the ball at all in this possession after the interception. Lots of momentum going for the Firestorm. Seems like they're getting 5-6 yards a carry.
Yep.
We do have an official timeout due to an injury on the field. Arizona Christian, a massive 3rd down and 3 coming up.
Yeah, looking to gain another set of downs and keep pushing towards the end zone. Definitely need some points on the board at the end of this possession.
Interesting to see if Sonoran Sidewinders defensive coordinator Anthony Paterno sends a lot more. We see 4 down linemen and 4 linebackers in the game for the Sidewinders trying to stop this run. And they're going to give it up the middle, and it's a 1st down and more. Even with 11 men in the box, they can't stop the Firestorm right now.
Firestorm is able to push through that defensive line from the Sidewinders. This faster pace that the Firestorm have been going at seemed to be very successful for them, allowing them to attain another set of downs.
Yeah, exactly. Another official timeout due to an injury on the field. He just needed to catch his breath.
Always necessary. Like we said, they're moving pretty quick.
Fonoti stays in the game for the Firestorm. I'm digging the green and blue cleats he's rocking right now.
Yeah, definitely makes him pop out against this squad.
Fonoti under the center. False start against the Firestorm. That's going to move him back 5 yards.
False start on the offense, 5-yard penalty.
Running back's been tearing up the Sidewinder defense. He was ready to go.
Yep.
Cage Wheel checks in the game as the running back for the Firestorm. Fonoti stays under center. Man moving across the line of scrimmage, but they'll give it up the middle. Makes a move to the right. What a run by Wheel. Gets it all back. Gain of about 10 to make it 2nd and 5.
A great carry by Wheel, able to push through and gain 5 beyond the original line of scrimmage.
Wheel's going to stay in the game for the Firestorm. Fonoti barking calls at the line of scrimmage. He'll settle under center. Man in motion, they'll give it to him sweeping right. Past the line of scrimmage, gets a 1st down and more. 5 yards a carry is what the Firestorm seem to be averaging right now. They'll get a fresh set of downs.
Firestorm getting awfully close to their end zone. Sidewinders are struggling to keep up with the pace.
After the interception, Firestorm seemed to have all the momentum right now. Another give up the middle, breaks a tackle, makes a move up the middle, and there he goes! Battling for the end zone. Touchdown, Firestorm!
Just a great drive by the Firestorm, able to gain that 5 to 6 yards each drive and push them into the end zone.
Exactly, and when you look at the possession that the Firestorm just had, they didn't throw the ball not once. Previous drives in this game, they've thrown 3 interceptions. Huge possession for the Firestorm.
Definitely what they needed to start off this second half.
Dickerson is on to kick the extra point. Make it a 1-possession game. Kick is up and it's good. Sidewinders 11, Firestorm 7 with 6:47 left in the third. What a possession by Arizona Christian. Methodical, run the ball, very physical, up-tempo.
Yeah, Sidewinders' defense has been so strong thus far in the game. Just couldn't keep up with the tempo that the Firestorm had set.
That's what head coach Mario Renteria, that's what his offense looks like at its fullest form. Run the ball, physical, 5 yards a carry.
Yeah, definitely that aggression you were talking about you wanted to see from ACU. And we're definitely seeing it now.
Yeah, they seem to be getting kind of like bullied throughout this game almost by the Sidewinders front 7. Arizona Christian takes it to him, walks them down, and scores their first points of the game. And here's Dickerson to kick it off. Williams and Gray are back deep to return. It's going to go through the end zone. After the touchback, Sidewinders are going to take over possession
Penalty markers on the field.
at the 25, but there are penalty markers. We'll see what happened. We might get a re-kick here. And we are. The Sidewinders are sending their kickoff return team back onto the field. It was an offsides against Arizona Christian. So we will see a re-kick. Chance for Williams and Gray to
Re-kick.
maybe create some momentum of their own for the Sidewinders. Coach Renteria and the kicker Dickerson down there talking, potentially game planning, wanting to keep the ball out of the hands of those fast, shifty return men for the Sidewinders. All right, take 2. Here comes Dickerson back on to kick it off. And it's right at Williams. He's going to return it from inside his own 10, running towards the middle. Makes a move to the right, breaks a tackle. Tackled around the 30-yard line. So ultimately, deciding to decline the penalty gives the Sidewinders 5 extra yards instead of the touchback at the 25.
Yeah, solid run by Williams to get up to that 30-yard line, giving his team
Sidewinders will have first and
good
10 from the 30-yard line.
field advantage.
Yeah, great starting field position for the Sidewinders at their own 30-yard line. And Braden Darling coming back out to command this Sidewinders offense. Isaiah Trejos and Julian Ramirez are the running backs in the game for the Sonoran Sidewinders. Darling catches the snap. He's going to fake the give and keep it himself, running left. Gets through a couple defenders. After a gain of 11, they'll move the chains for the Sidewinders.
Darling again showing off them legs. Able to push through and run and get his own first down.
Yeah, Braden Darling is a great athlete. That's one of his best traits, if you ask me, his ability to run the ball. 2 backs in the backfield for the Sidewinders. Darling out of the gun. Here's the snap. Darling's going to keep it and throw. Hits the tailback out of the backfield for a first down. Gain of 13 for the Sidewinders, and they'll keep the chains moving.
Yeah, ball received by Julian Ramirez, number 26. It's a great route ran.
2 plays, 2 first downs for the Sidewinders. Looks like their offense is coming to life a little bit. Darling stays out of the gun. 2 receivers to the left side of the line of scrimmage. And he's going to keep it himself, running up the middle. He'll be dropped down after a gain of 4. Bring up 2nd and 6.
Number 10, Darling.
Yeah, Darling, again, showing off his agility, able to push through. He's not afraid to get physical and push through all these aggressive Firestorm.
My apologies. That was a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. Darling stays in the gun. Ramirez to his right. And he'll drop back to throw. Darling's going to step up and keep it himself again, but this time he's dropped for a loss. Loss of 3 on the play. My apologies, loss of 2.
Taken down by number 57 of the Firestorm, Giancarlos Hernandez.
They're down.
They are going to give Darling forward progress there. Say that he got back to the line of scrimmage, so it'll be 3rd and 7 for the Sidewinders. Darling stays in the gun. 2 receivers to his left. He'll drop back to throw. He's looking long into double coverage. Luckily, that one was overthrown. 2 Firestorm defenders there in coverage, looking for his man, Dylan White.
Yeah, Firestorm just trying to keep the balls out of the hands of Dylan White, as we've seen all game. One of the most powerful people on the field at all times.
Sidewinders are going to bring the punt team onto the field. After effectively moving the chains, the Firestorm defense coming up with a big stop.
Definitely what the Firestorm are looking for, really. Coming off that drive and touchdown, putting a stop to the Sidewinders and making sure that they don't really do anything with the ball.
We have a Sidewinders timeout. They are at they're at the Firestorm 45-yard line, so it'll be interesting to see if they go for it here or not. Try to maybe steal some momentum from the Firestorm by converting a 4th down. All the momentum is on the Firestorm side right now.
Yep.
Causing the interception, walking them down, getting a touchdown. Now you get a stop. And Singh's going to come back onto the field, so we are going to see a Sidewinder punt. Cordell Lee back deep to return the punt. Here's the snap to Singh. He'll get the punt off. High punt. It'll take a Sidewinder drop inside the 5. Oh! Blunder on the goal line, and it'll fall into the end zone for a touchback. There are multiple penalty flags down on the field.
Yeah, Sidewinders trying to bring that ball into the 1 yard line yet again, but can't quite. Just bounced right over one of the special teams unit out there.
We'll see what the penalty flags are.
Holding on the kicking team.
Holding on the kicking team, so we will see
10-yard penalty.
the touchback move up 10 yards to the 30.
At their own 30.
And here we go again. Arizona Christian starting to get loud down there on the sideline.
Another penalty against the Sidewinders. Definitely not what they needed, putting ACU in great field position.
Yeah, starting at the at their own 30. My apologies. The Firestorm come out. And we will see Isaac McKeon back in the game for the Firestorm. He's going to be under center. Man in motion moving left. And they're going to give it to him running left. And he's got a ton of room there to the sideline. Pushed out of bounds after picking up 9, but there is a penalty marker down on the field.
Yeah, it seems like they may be calling this back.
It was around the holding line. So we will see if it is a penalty against the Firestorm. Yep, and we're going to be moving backwards.
Holding on the offense. 10-yard penalty. Replay down.
That'll be a 10-yard holding penalty. So now it'll be 1st and 20. McKeon is going to be in the gun. In the shotgun this time. Single back to his left. Barking calls at the line of scrimmage is McKeon. Here's the snap. He's going to drop back to pass. Throws over the middle. He's got a man wide open. Breaks a tackle. Makes a move towards the sideline. There he goes. Pushed out of bounds at around the 25-yard line. What a play.
Great reception by number 1. Able to avoid that tackle and get down the line, all the way down to the 20-yard line. Excuse me, the 25.
First down, Firestorm.
One of the first passes we've seen the Firestorm throw this half. And it turns a 1st and 20 from their own 20-yard line into a 1st and 10 at the Sidewinders 25.
Like you had mentioned earlier, ACU has all the momentum here. Coming off that possession from the Sidewinders, the interception, them scoring. They have just been rolling so far.
We could see the Firestorm take the lead here late in the third, but the snap was fumbled. It looked like McKeon was able to jump back on it. So it'll be 2nd and 10.
Recovered by the offense. 2nd down.
The clock is ticking, but we're about to be under 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter with a score of 11-7. Sidewinders lead for now. Second and 11 after the fumbled snap for the Firestorm. McKeon is going to be under center. Starting to see some life from the home crowd here.
Yeah, definitely getting louder, cheering a little bit more.
McKeon's going to throw again. He's going to step up and run with it. And he'll pick up 5. My apologies. He'll pick up 4 to make it 3rd and 7.
McKeon with the quarterback keeper.
Yeah, McKeon showing his own agility. able to scramble through and
Need a 3 on the
gain
play.
3
Third
on the
down.
play.
The last 2 possessions, we've seen 2 separate quarterbacks for the Firestorm. First was Ma'afanoti, who led a touchdown scoring drive. And now it's Isaac McKeon trying to do the same.
Sidewinders able to put a stop to that drive pretty early.
It'll be 4th and 6.
25,
Decision
Dickerson.
time for the Firestorm. They do have Dickerson, who we've seen has a phenomenal leg.
4th down.
But it looks like they're keeping the offense on the field to go for it here on 4th and 6. Isaac McKeon under center. He's going to roll to his right, looking to throw. Pressure in the backfield. He gets it off. End zone. Touchdown, Firestorm.
Great connection made. Able to scramble out the pocket away from one of the Sidewinders defenders and find a receiver in the end zone.
What a throw by Isaac McKeon, evading pressure. That's the second time we've seen him make something out of nothing. ACU takes the lead with 4 seconds to go in the third. Jalen Dickerson on for the extra point. And it's blocked. It's blocked by the Sidewinders.
Penalty marker on the field.
But there are penalty flags on the field, so we'll see if there is a false, an offsides penalty against Sidewinders. I believe they do get to re-kick.
I'm liking the aggression from the Sidewinders, though. Knowing that you have to stop this punt from getting through. Just trying to do anything at this point.
Re-kick.
So it will be offsides against the Sidewinders. So we are going to see a re-kick here from Jalen Dickerson. Back-to-back touchdown drives for the ACU Firestorm. We'll see if the Sidewinders can respond. Kick is up, and it's blocked again. It's blocked again by the Sidewinders.
Amari Wright able to push through and block it again without the penalty flags flying.
ACU Firestorm 13.
ACU 13, Sidewinders 11 after the blocked field goal. With 4 seconds to go until we reach the fourth quarter. Kicking unit on for the Firestorm. Usual suspects back deep to return. CJ Williams and Torrey Gray.
Oh, drop block, Sidewinder.
Here's the kick from Dickerson. Gray will take it out of his own end zone. Makes a move towards the middle of the field. What a return by Gray. The ball came loose. Firestorm saying they have it.
And a Firestorm did come up with it. Number 42, Peyton Roris, came up with that ball.
We'll see what the call is from the officials.
Penalty markers on the field.
There are flags down. This is a massive call in this game. Penalty against the kicking team. So we are going to re-kick another false start against the kicking team. Wow.
Firestorm would have had a great boost of momentum. They already have the momentum, but being able to recover that fumble would have been just...
Yeah, they would have had the ball in the red zone. without the false start, but instead we'll get a re-kick. Stoppage here from the officials. I believe to reset the clock. We're actually going to take it into the fourth quarter. So the teams are going to switch sides here.
ACU 13, Sidewinders 11.
Never seen that before.
Never. That was actually crazy. Seems like both teams can't really handle the ball right now.
Yeah, and this... We're going to send it down to Ethan Troll before our fourth quarter starts here. Gray caught the kick inside his own 5, and he's met at the 25 by the Firestorm.
Sidewinders able to maintain possession of that kick return.
No fumbles on that kick return.
Love to see it.
The Sonoran Sidewinders are going to start us off in the fourth quarter here where they trail 13-11. They're going to start at their own 25-yard line.
Definitely looking to see the Sidewinders match the momentum and energy that ACU has brought out into this second half.
Yeah, they have to steal momentum here. Coming into this second half, the Sonoran Sidewinders were leading 11-0 and had caused 4 turnovers in the first half. Second half, all Arizona Christian. Darling in the backfield sends a man in motion. It's CJ Williams. They're going to give it up the middle for a gain of 4. That's Julian Ramirez on the gain.
Yeah, good carry by Ramirez. Able to just follow his blocker through that pile and push and gain 4.
4-yard gain on the play, second down.
Second and 6 for the Sidewinders. Darling out of the gun. Ramirez is a single back to his left, trips to his right. Man in motion across the line of scrimmage. And Darling is going to keep it himself. Running to the left. Got the sideline. First down and more. Pushed out of bounds at the 44-yard line. And here's the penalty flag for a late hit.
Definitely a great run by Darling. Able to have a few blockers. Number 7, Kieran Earhart, blocking so he was able to get to that sideline.
It looked like there was a late hit there at the end of the play on Darling after he was already out of bounds. And they are going to call a personal foul on the late hit against the Firestorm. So Darling was pushed out of bounds at the Sidewinder 44 after 15 yards added to the run. They will take over now at the Firestorm 41-yard line with a fresh set of downs.
Sidewinders chipping away, gaining a little momentum play by play.
Sonoran Sidewinders have only had 2 possessions in this entire second half, one resulting in an interception and one in a punt. See if they can get on the board here in the fourth quarter. Bunch trips formation to the right for Darling. Sends a man in motion. It's CJ Williams into the backfield. Penalty flag again.
Against the Sidewinders yet again.
False start.
5-yard penalty. Still first down.
It'll be 1st and 15 for the Sidewinders. First and 15 at the Firestorm 46-yard line. Braden Darling out of the shotgun. Bunch formation to his right. Man in motion is Williams. They'll fake the give and give to Ramirez, going the other way. Ramirez gets the penalty yards back and a few more.
Great carry by Ramirez, able to push through the huddle, go around a few tackles, and gain 2 beyond the original line of scrimmage.
Be 2nd and 7 for the Sidewinders. Great carry there by Ramirez to negate the penalty yardage lost. Trips formation for the Sidewinders to the left side of the line of scrimmage. Darling in the gun. CJ Williams comes in motion across the line of scrimmage. They're going to give to Ramirez. Another great run by Ramirez. He's going to move the chains. First down, Sonoran Sidewinders.
Ramirez having his offensive line behind him, pushing him beyond that huddle of Firestorm. Able to gain that first down.
Sonoran Sidewinders chewing a lot of clock here, keeping it on the ground. This possession, they've taken off about 3 minutes. Which we know how much Arizona Christian runs the ball. They have to hold the ball as long as they can here in this fourth quarter in a one-score ball game. Ramirez to Darling's left. 2 receivers to each side of the line of scrimmage. Williams comes in motion. Darling's going to drop back to pass, and he'll throw it to Williams on the screen pass, and Williams got a lot of room. First down and more to the 15-yard line, C.J. Williams.
C.J. Williams able to sneak through a few of those Firestorm defenders. Had a few blockers there and was able to get that first down.
15-yard line, first down.
First down for the Sonoran Sidewinders in the red zone at the 15-yard line. Trips to the right of the line of scrimmage. Ramirez is the single back to Darling's left. Williams coming in motion again. They'll fake the give and give to Ramirez up the middle. He'll gain, call it 2 for the moment, but we'll see where it's spotted.
Is on the carry. No gain on the play. Second down.
Put a stop to that drive fairly quickly. Sidewinders ended up back at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, no gain on the previous play. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Sidewinders. At the Firestorm 15. Trips to the right. Ramirez to Darling's left. C.J. Williams coming in motion, and they'll give it to him this time. Great play by the Firestorm defense there.
Number 11, Williams on the carry.
Williams brought down by number 21 of the Firestorm.
Another another play where no Ogles is going to keep it himself, running right. Throws incomplete through the hands of his intended target.
Penalty marked on the field.
Intended for number 33 of the Firestorm, Cage Wheel.
There was a penalty marker down on the field.
Holding on the offense.
Holding on the offense. That penalty is declined. 4th down.
Sidewinders decline the penalty. It'll bring up 4th and 10 for the Firestorm. Huge play in the game here.
Sidewinders trying to put a stop to this Firestorm offense. Trying to get their offense back on the field.
Ogles is operating out of the gun with a single back to his right. And we will get a timeout, Arizona Christian.
Yeah, with 5 minutes and 30 seconds left in this 4th quarter. Sidewinders are definitely trying to maintain possession of the ball.
Yeah, we'll see what the overall call is here for the Firestorm. See if they want to try to punt here and pin the Sidewinders deep in their own territory. 5.5 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter. Arizona Christian does lead, but a field goal for the Sidewinders could take the lead.
Sidewinders trying to keep their offense as strong as it was in the first half. Keep it as progressive as it was, I should say. They were moving up the field fairly well, but only have 11 points on the board to show for it.
This is Arizona Christian's 4th possession of the second half to the Sonoran Sidewinders 3. Offense is going to stay on the field for ACU. Ogles remains the quarterback, and he's going to go under center. Here we go, 4th and 10. Ogles is rolling left. He's going to launch it downfield, and it's batted down at the goal line. Dylan White with the defensive play.
Dylan White reading that ball fairly well, turned around, kept his eyes on the ball, and batted it down.
Now we'll see the Sidewinders offense come back out onto the field with just over 5 minutes remaining, down by 2.
Yeah, it'll definitely be interesting what Coach Munson has called for his Sidewinders. See how aggressive they will be with 5 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in this quarter.
Braden Darling, the quarterback for the Sidewinders, is going to be operating out of the gun. Single back Torrey Gray to his left. Williams comes in motion across the line of scrimmage, but they're going to give it to Gray up the middle. Great first play of that possession for the Sidewinders. Gray will pick up 7 to bring up 2nd and 3.
Yeah, Gray able to push through that hole up the middle. Almost broke free, but tackled down by number 77, Isaac Battle.
CJ Williams has been running around the field all night. It seems like every play he's running on is coming in motion. Darling out of the gun. 2 receivers to his right and his left, single back to his left. Williams comes in motion. They're going to give it to Gray. And he gets a first down and more across midfield. Torrey Gray to move the chains for the Sidewinders.
Sidewinders offense moving very well with this drive, knowing how important it is for them to put some points on the board, because if ACU gets the ball, they will run the time out.
I really like what I'm seeing out of the Sonoran Sidewinders here, running the ball up the gut, physical, keeping that clock moving. And I mean, as you said, the Firestorm offense has been so good in this second half. If I'm the Sidewinders, I don't want them touching the ball at all. Just run the clock all the way down. Darling out of the gun. Xavier Pinon to his right. Here's the snap. And they'll throw the quick game. Pass is complete to Jacoby Gilmore for a gain of 3.
Completed at number 22,
Gilmore able to maneuver around a few Firestorm defenders, reach up, snag that ball for a 3-yard gain.
That'll make it 2nd and 7. We do have an official's timeout due to an injury on the field. There's 3 minutes and 37 seconds remaining in this ball game. In the first half, if you were to told me that this is how it would be ending, I wouldn't have believed you.
Yeah, that first half took both squads a little while to get going offensively.
Arizona Christian scoring twice. The biggest thing, in my opinion, though, is Arizona Christian has not turned the ball over. As they have turned it over on downs, but as far as an interception or a fumble,
yeah,
they have limited that, which has been huge. The Sonoran Sidewinders haven't been able to gain really any momentum.
Yeah, big difference in ACU's offense coming out being so strong, maintaining possession of the ball, like you said. No fumbles or interceptions in this half. And the Sidewinders defense not being as strong, not making those type of plays happen. So definitely some changes were made at halftime by both squads.
Here comes the Sidewinder offense. Last week they were in a nail-biting finish that they couldn't pull out victorious from. Darling in the gun. Single back to his right. And they're going to give it to him. It's Gray again. Makes a move to the left. Breaks a tackle. And falls forward to the 39-yard line.
25, Torrey Gray on the carry.
Yeah, great run by Gray. Breaking a tackle and being so close to getting that first down. Pushing his team upfield.
They will mark him at the 40-yard line. So that makes it 3rd and 1 for the Sidewinders. And that clock just keeps continuing to move. Under 2 minutes and 55 seconds left in the game. The Sidewinders are at the 40, though. Be interesting to see if they take a shot here soon. Torrey Gray is the running back to Darling's left. And they're going to give it to him. And he gets the first down. They'll move the chains as the clock keeps continuing to tick, 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 tick.
First down.
Yeah, had some aggressive movement from ACU, but couldn't quite get their hands on Gray enough for him to get the first down.
I assume we'll see the Sidewinders take it down to the 2-minute warning here and not get a snap off. And they will. We'll head to the 2-minute warning. Sidewinders threatening inside the Firestorm 40.
Yeah, liking this change of pace from the Sidewinders. Being able to run the ball and take some time off the clock.
They took over the possession with 5 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game. Now down to 2 minutes. They're still out of field goal range. I don't know if they're going to try to continue to run the ball. They do have 2 timeouts remaining. But it will be interesting to see what Coach Munson has in store for his offense here late in the 4th as they come back onto the field. Led by Braden Darling. Torrey Gray in the backfield with him. Trips receivers to the left of the line of scrimmage is the formation for the Sidewinders. 1st and 10. Man in motion is Daryl Smith. Darling is going to throw the screen to Gray. What a tackle there.
The boot is number 25, Gray.
Yeah, Darling. Pressure by ACU. Darling had to scramble and get it off him quickly.
Puebla.
Damian Puebla with a great open field tackle. And the Sidewinders continuing to let the clock run down. We're under a minute and a half now. Trips to the left. Darling in the gun. Catches the snap, and he's going to keep it himself. Looked like a bit of a broken play there. And Darling dropped for a huge loss.
Yeah, just great read by number 67 of the Firestorm.
Timeout, Sidewinders.
Sidewinders.
After that massive loss, that's going to make it 3rd and 17, I believe.
Yeah, definitely going to see Braden Darling showcase his arm. Like you said, a nail biter last week, another nail biter this week. Sidewinders trying to pull out a win from this game.
This is definitely 4-down territory. If we don't see a first down here, the Sidewinders are definitely going to be going for it. I wonder what the play call will be here on 3rd and a mile. Third and 17 for the Sidewinders. As Darling comes back onto the field, looking to make something happen. Here's the snap. Darling takes the drop. Under heavy pressure, he steps up, throws towards the sideline. Incomplete pass intended for CJ Williams.
CJ Williams just couldn't quite keep his feet in bounds as he received that ball.
This is very well the game right here. 4th down and 17 for the Sidewinders. And honestly, if I'm Braden Darling, I'm finding Dylan White, and I'm just throwing it up to him.
Every time, I fear. Dylan White, one of the strongest receivers all night. Although the Firestorm have been having him covered pretty well since that first half, so.
And this is for the game. And Arizona Christian's going to take a timeout to talk over their defensive scheme heading into this massive 4th and 17. Minute and 13 remaining. In other Arizona college football news, the University of Arizona is in overtime right now with the BYU Cougars, who's 5-0 and number 18 in the country as it sits.
Oh, wow.
And we've got some exciting stuff going on here as well. 4th down and 17 for the Sonoran Sidewinders. Does Braden Darling have a miracle in him? Here's the snap. Takes the drop. He's looking long for Dylan White, and it's caught!
Oh my goodness!
Touchdown, Sidewinders!
Dylan White, like you said, downfield for the touchdown. Giving life to the Sidewinders yet again with a minute remaining in the game.
There are penalty markers at the end of the play. What a ball.
Great throw by Braden Darling.
Right on the money.
A great play call by Coach Chad Munson. Exciting to see for the Sidewinders.
Against the Sidewinders.
It was an unsportsmanlike conduct against the Sonoran Sidewinders. but the touchdown will stand. And the offense is staying on the field for the Sonoran Sidewinders. They're going to go for 2. Make it a 6-point game.
Yeah, force the Firestorm to try and get a touchdown on their next possession.
What a play by the Sonoran Sidewinders.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. Those last 20 seconds had me nervous, as if I was on the field.
Yeah. For this 2-point conversion, Darling is going to be in the gun with trips to his left. Oh, some trickery to Dylan White. He's going to throw it. And he tried to throw it to Braden Darling there, but it went over his head.
Conversion is no good.
Yeah, interesting play call. Definitely trying to
Timeout for
do some trick moves and get ACU, caught on their heels, but couldn't quite complete it.
After that wild turn of events, we're going to send it down to our field correspondent, Ethan Troll. Ethan, what do you got in store for us? Can you hear what he's saying? I can't think what he's saying.
Perfect.
That penalty from the touchdown will be enforced on the kickoff. Sidewinders will be kicking from the 20-yard line.
Thank you, Ethan. Some great insight. We couldn't hear him up here, but we trust Ethan that he has given you guys some good information.
Or at least we hope so.
So the penalty that happened after the touchdown, I think it was added to the kick.
Yes.
So they're going to be kicking. And Lee is going to take it from the 25, makes a move, gets all the way up to the 46-yard line. Great starting field position for the Firestorm.
I can imagine ACU is going to be moving with that same pace as before, with only a minute remaining of this game.
Firestorm will take over first and 10 from their own 46-yard line.
The quarterback that we've seen have the most, we've seen a plethora of quarterbacks for the Firestorm.
Yes.
But the quarterback that we've seen have the most success throwing the ball has been Isaac McKeon. Be curious to see if he's who takes over, but it looks like it's going to be Daniel Rustin for the Firestorm, commanding this last-minute drive, trying to come away with a victory.
ACU fans getting hype with the last minute remaining.
Under center, they're going to fake the give and roll left. Throwing deep down the middle of the field. Broken up right in the hands of his receiver.
Broken up by number 20 of the Sidewinders, Micah Scott, able to just bat that ball down.
Pass incomplete.
Jake Benson had it right in his hands. But as you said, Micah Scott with a great defensive play.
We're seeing the Sidewinders defense toughen up in this last minute, trying to showcase what they were doing earlier in the game.
Quarterback operating out of the gun. He's going to drop back to throw. He's going to step up and run with it. Met immediately for a gain of 4.
Amari Wright able to shove him down, making sure he didn't have that open field ahead of him.
We do have an injury on the field, so that will stop the clock. After that big hit by Amari Wright.
40 seconds remaining for the Firestorm, trying to get going, get another set of downs, and get downfield.
At about midfield, too. I mean, we've seen this Arizona Christian team have some explosive plays. I think their longest of the day went for about 45 yards. And as we know, we saw it. Sonoran Sidewinders showed us.
Yeah.
It only takes one.
It does. Down by 4 points. They need some sort of magic here.
Timeout, Firestorm.
Arizona Christian takes another timeout.
Yeah, used their last timeout.
Back-to-back timeouts for Arizona Christian. They have none remaining. Interesting call there.
Well, definitely the time urges for it. They have 40 seconds to try and put 4 points on the board and try and stop the Sidewinders, get past the Sidewinders.
So after the injury, Isaac McKeon is going to come back onto the field to command this last possession here for Arizona Christian. And I mean, we've seen him have the most success throwing the ball tonight for the Firestorm. And you can only assume all they're going to do is throw the ball. There's just no time. They're at about midfield. There's no time to run the ball here.
Yeah, definitely got to be a little quicker trying to get downfield. It'll be interesting to see how the Sidewinders defend these upcoming plays.
It is also 3rd down and 6 for the Firestorm. So if they don't get a first down here, they will get one more chance at it. Fonoti actually came into the game to play quarterback, but there was a penalty marker, and it was a false start against the Firestorm, so it'll move them back 5 yards.
False start in the offense, 5-yard penalty.
Just a case of bad luck for the Firestorm, moving them back.
Make it 5 yards harder to
Yeah.
get into the end zone here with 39 seconds remaining. Fonoti is going to operate out of the gun. And another false start
This Firestorm
against
team
the Firestorm.
moving a little too quick. The pressure is just getting a little too much for them.
I believe it was a false start against the Firestorm, but we will see what the verdict is. Oh, it's not going to move at all.
I guess
okay.
no flag was pulled.
All right. 3rd and 10. Fonoti drops back to pass. He's going to roll to his left. Looking towards the sideline.
Passing complete.
And it was incomplete, out of bounds.
Sidewinders defense able to push them out. I think that was Dylan White again, managing to be everywhere and push him out of bounds before he can maintain possession of the ball.
4th and 10 for the Firestorm. We saw the Sidewinders have a crazy 4th down play. Can the Firestorm pull out one of their own?
Both fandoms getting loud in the stadium right now.
Ma'a Fonoti out of the gun. Takes the snap. Here's the drop. He's going to step up. Let it fly over the middle. It's caught. First down Firestorm. But the clock keeps moving.
Few flags on the play.
Oh, that's not what you want to see.
One downfield, one at the original line of scrimmage.
We'll see what the penalty call is here. After the officials deliberate. Looks like the Firestorm are walking back to the original line of scrimmage.
Illegal formation on the offense.
False start against the offense, but there was also a face mask call against the defense. So those penalties will offset each other. Fonoti is just going to have to do it again, I suppose. 4th and 10, 26 ticks left on the clock.
Pressure's on.
Here's the snap. He'll drop back to pass. Steps up in the pocket, scrambling around. He's going to throw towards the sideline, and he's short. Tackle's made short of the first down marker. The Sidewinders are going to take over possession.
Wow. Just seeing the Sidewinders defense yet again come back and be able to put a stop to ACU to cement their victory in this game was just very magical to see.
Last week, like we said before, the Sidewinders, they scored late in the game, and then they let the Papago Pumas just drive right down the field to score late and ultimately win the game. It's great to see their defense step up in a time where they need to.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely a well-deserved win from the Sidewinders tonight.
No timeouts remaining for the Firestorm. The Sidewinders are going to come out, and I would only assume in victory formation and take the knee. What a game. Darling will kneel it down, and that'll do it.
Just a great game overall. Seeing the Sidewinders come out as aggressively as they were defensively. I know Coach Chad Munson talked about limiting the penalties, but that didn't seem to hinder their success in tonight's game.
We want to thank you all for coming out. Please enjoy the rest of
Yeah, and this late game heroics from Dylan White and Braden Darling. That was crazy. 4th and 17 from the 45-yard line. I don't remember exactly. Touchdown with 40 seconds left.
Managing to find a guy downfield to put them on top.
I don't believe, besides the early interception in the third quarter from the Sidewinders, I don't think there was any turnovers in the second half, despite seeing 6 turnovers overall in the first half.
Yeah, like we said, ACU, both teams cleaned it up after halftime. They managed to come out and be entirely different teams. It was like watching a whole new game. Very enjoyable game to watch tonight.
Thank you for joining us on the Varsity Sports Show. My name is Devin Blankenship. I was joined by Anissa Reynolds. Have a great night. Thank you.